What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we're reacting to SpeedSilver's 100-player medieval civilization video in Minecraft. Gotta keep that in mind. In Minecraft, that is right. We are here reacting to another civilization video. It's been a few weeks since the last one, and I thought we'd come here this week and bring it and react to another one, because this is the second one in his series. The last one he did was just base Minecraft. There wasn't anything special about it. It was just 3 teams split off, had to survive, create governments, all that kind of stuff. This is medieval. There's probably a lot of cool things in there, maybe catapults or orcs or any other kind of weird medieval stuff that people have thought up of. But I just feel like we should just get right into this, to be honest. But yeah, let's just do that.
Imagine if the medieval times were recreated in Minecraft, with ancient weapons, mysterious creatures, and 100 players.
Are they different races? Because we've got like gnomes or dwarves, possibly giants, and I have no idea what these guys are.
Split into 3 different kingdoms.
Dwarves, giants, and elves. That lines up. I don't know why the elves would be wearing hoods, but I guess that comes with the territory or something? I don't really know.
Today, I created a public server with a giant medieval map and split players into 3 races with
Oh, so each of the species, their race gives them a better stuff. The giants are really good at the combat stuff, which are the fighters. The dwarves were good at mining, which was like miners, and the elves apparently can do magic. There was a farmer last time, not magic.
unique abilities. Their goal is to build a kingdom and survive through different medieval world events, like the plague, huge orc invasions, and eventually invading other kingdoms. Players are also set to hardcore mode, meaning they only have 1 life, which will become the most advanced civilization, and will conflict emerge between the races. Welcome to the story of medieval civilization.
And I would assume, out of when thinking about elder races, I would assume there's a size discrepancy.
So,
right?
the 3 races spawned in their own
those
regions.
definitely look taller.
The dwarves in an icy mountain range, the elves an enchanted forest, the giants a plains with redwood trees, and to stay alive, these civilizations would have to find a food source quickly. The dwarf civilization were in an especially tough position, as their region was too cold to grow crops, and the only nearby animals were reindeer, which they decided to tame instead of using as food. But after some exploring, they found an ancient dwarven caverns that was filled with ores and some underground farms. So they started collecting materials and discovered a very unique food source.
Can eat coal.
Their abilities included being able to eat iron and coal, pickaxes being
and they're stronger than
swords, extra ores while mining, and being one-block tall.
I actually have a very good advantage with mining, but you could say there's also an advantage with being the same height as we are now, because when you're 2 blocks tall, you have to mine 2 blocks. So it means you're more likely to find something. Because if you're 1 block, but there's something to the left and above, if you're 1 block tall, you're not going to see that. But if you're 2 blocks tall, you're going to end up mining that and finding it.
So using the surface caves, the dwarves filled their appetite with some tasty coal. Next are the elves, who were surrounded by animals, and they planned on using them as a food source until they realized their abilities included only being able to eat vegetables, increased archery damage, and the ability
So fireballs aren't good enough. Why don't we just give them spells and magic?
To use magic. The elves needed to find a food source quickly, so after collecting some basic tools, they started exploring and came across an ancient elf library and a watchtower with chests containing bread, magic wands, and spellbooks.
Nice.
We got 1, baby.
This let them use magic to start growing their crops much faster and create farms to feed their population. Lastly, the giant civilization begun exploring, eventually finding a barn next to a giant wheat field, seemingly giving them infinite food.
We can only eat meat, and we can't board boats or they will sink.
They can't eat. They can only eat meat, and they can't board a boat.
Great.
Until they realized their abilities include only being able to eat meat, increased health and attack.
They got hurt.
Damage, being 3 blocks tall,
That's
and not
tough.
being able to swim. This made their huge wheat supply pretty useless. The
It is
few
pretty
animals in the barn wouldn't be enough to feed all 40 players. But
I mean, with that much wheat, you could probably very quickly make a giant like cow farm.
after some more exploring, they came across a trading post that traded wheat for beef, and the giants established a trade route that gave them a renewable source of food. As day 1 came to an end, players from each civilization began mining to collect resources, which was very efficient for the dwarves due to their size, and frustrated some of the giants.
Okay, I understand that. Like 2 blocks tall is like a good medium. 1 block tall, you're gonna miss things. 2 blocks tall is a good medium. 3 blocks tall is just annoying at that point.
So big in the caves is so annoying. Oh, I forgot you can't swim. I forgot you can't swim. Oh no. Wait. Oh!
But surprisingly, being too heavy to swim actually helped them explore underwater caves. Everything was looking good for these civilizations until the sun went down and the first medieval world event begun. The plague event. One mystery player from each civilization would now be infected with the plague, spreading to players within 5 blocks, stopping their natural regeneration and causing them to take wither damage. In the Elf Kingdom, a player named Minewiz was infected, and the plague quickly spread.
I would hate to be that one person that gets infected and be like, and have everyone blame you, be like, this is all your fault. You should have known you had the plague when it spreads to everyone accidentally.
To the elves near the farm.
What does it do? Do you have the plague? Who has the plague?
You will die slowly if you stay near others, and if you're near others, you will spread it. So stay away from everyone.
Take it a hole.
Stay back. Stay back.
How long does it
A
last?
player named Starkiller stepped up with great leadership, organizing the elves to social distance. But as the plague began without any symptoms, players had no idea when they were contagious, and it quickly spread to almost every single elf on the surface. In the Dwarven Caverns, a player named Chungledor was infected, instantly spreading the plague to a player who passed by, causing panic as they started taking damage.
Listen, it's okay. Just eat your food. You're fine.
I have no food.
Okay, I'm gonna build into the wall.
We have milk.
I'm with you now.
Stay away, stay away, stay away.
I have no food.
Run!
We need milk. Can we milk reindeers?
But the rest of the dwarves managed to quarantine in caves, continuing their mining trips. Meanwhile, the giants were quarantining at the trading post.
The blue tent is the infection zone.
And they seemed to have things under control. So far, 0 players had died of the plague, so players seemed safe. But as it got further into the night, players were about to encounter the 4th race in this medieval world for the first time, the orcs. One of which had wandered into the mines and was staring menacingly at a group of infected dwarves.
Hey, Mr. Floosh. Wait, Mr. Floosh, you can fight that thing, can't you?
Mr. Floosh, you got it. You got it. You can do it.
You're our champion now, aren't you?
Mr. Floosh.
I thought you were the champion.
Mr. Floosh.
After working up some courage, the dwarves begun fighting back and successfully took down their first orc.
There's probably more.
And while players fight the many orcs and goblins that were spawned, with some minor casualties in each civilization, the plague event came to an end, and on the dawn of day 3, players were about to be given a great opportunity to advance during the next world event, Border Expansion. Until now, players were limited to a 100 by 100 area, and could now explore their entire region. They were also given the coordinates of an ancient ruins filled with useful loot, including diamonds, enchanted books, and huge amounts of food. So, the giants' borders expanded all the way to an ancient castle ruins, and after farming some wheat in the new field they unlocked, they noticed the coordinates.
Oh, there's a nearby structure.
Oh, nearby structure, I'm going there.
A player named Seawart eventually gathered his warriors and begun exploring, and was slowly approaching the castle, meeting a giant orc war boss at the entrance. Noticing its slow speed, players evaded the orcs and charged into the structure, finding a huge amount of materials, enchanted books, and food to bring back to their people. But the giant orc and army of goblins tailed the giants as they left, and were slowly getting closer.
Oh, that doesn't look too good.
In panic, they pillared into the air, only just evading the rocks that the goblins were throwing at them.
Rocks throwing?
There's no way out.
Luckily for them, reinforcements arrived, and some much more geared giants took down the orcs. Over in the Elf Kingdom, conflict was brewing between some ancient rivals, Starkiller and 2 players named Saitama and Invictable, who both opposed his peaceful leadership style.
Oh, it's Saitama.
Screw you, Starkiller!
Don't say that.
When they received the coordinates of the floating elf ruins, they started racing towards the structure, wanting to take the loot for themselves. But Starkiller and some other elves were also rapidly traveling towards the structure, until their navigation caused them to end up directly below the floating castle, allowing Invictable and Saitama to collect all of the loot.
Resources.
This is what this had? This is so cool.
This included diamonds, enchanted books, and blocks of materials, and the elf castle also didn't contain any nearby orcs, pickaxe, which was great for the explorers. Instead, the orcs had traveled all the way back to the elven farm, and a huge group of goblins were heading towards the elves, catching them completely off guard.
Oh, guys, over here. What did I say?
In the Dwarf Kingdom, a player named Squid Kid led
That scream! That was so perfect! Oh my god. How are the dwarves doing with this?
their explorers towards the ruins of a dwarven fortress.
I'm going to the loot! Seems I found a little reindeer here.
After climbing a huge mountain, they arrived at the entrance, finding materials, food, and enchanted books inside, which Squid Kid used to make a sharpness fire aspect pickaxe. The rest of the dwarves then returned to the caverns.
There's gotta be some workplace violation or something here, so everyone watch out.
While the dwarves who were still in the mines were
they just
also
teleported
raided by a huge group of orcs and goblins.
Oh no. I thought it was before. I thought you made a mistake about it.
Reminded that their kingdom would face many dangers in the future, the dwarves decided to assemble a secret task force for future events, knowing that future conflict was inevitable.
I have to assemble a secret task force. 6 or 7 of our most elite, geared PvPers.
The dwarves were slightly struggling to organize themselves, and one player had already elected himself as king, offering Squid Kid a position as general.
And I want to offer you a position as generals of the Dwarven Militia.
Oh, are you the king? Are you the king?
Not yet, but I think I have a good chance of winning, lad.
Meanwhile, the elves were living pretty harmoniously in their newly built forest town, until their brand new enchantment table disappeared into the crowd of players.
Oh no. Someone immediately took
A
it!
player named Eyes had just returned to the surface after a very long mining trip, realizing the giants were definitely in need of leadership when he found that trading post had exploded.
Why is everything blown up?
TNT goblins have been having some fun.
Why is there a shark on the land? Hello?
More giants then arrived at the trading post, including Seawart, who the majority of the giants were currently following as their leader. However, they were about to be interrupted by something that would greatly change the course of every kingdom's future.
Everybody go! Everybody go!
Well, no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't all go.
Everybody go now!
The Treasure Mountain event had now begun. At the center of this medieval world was a colossal mountain with gateways leading into an ancient dwarven city. This contains huge amounts of diamond blocks and insanely powerful treasure, and each civilization had now been given the mountain's coordinates, meaning all 3 civilizations were about to meet for the first time. The giants charged up a random mountain, slightly slowing their forces.
Bro, why are you going over the mountain? You can just go around it. Also, that Seawalk guy wants to be king and he's not even full iron yet. He's gonna get 1 hit. I'm gonna kill him.
Meanwhile, Squid Kid's dwarf task force.
What is Eyes' vendetta with everyone, like, not being, like, having diamonds? Like, every time we hear him try talking to someone, it's that they're not full iron, or, like, only have iron, or they don't have any diamonds. That's just really disrespectful play. If you're just gonna keep talking about people like that, why don't you go get them some stuff?
Force set out towards the mountain, but pretty much every single dwarf followed behind them, making their mission not so secret. Elven forces were also steadily approaching the mountain, led by Saitama and Invictable, but surprisingly, the dwarves were the first race to arrive, and courageously charged into the gateway without any idea of what could lie ahead.
Okay, guys, follow me. We're rushing mid and we're fighting for the middle loot. Follow me.
Right.
Task force, follow me. Just worry about yourself. Everyone stick together. Task force, go left.
Slowly approaching the center of the mountain, they set their sights on the huge amount of treasure, finding it was protected by extremely powerful orcs, but they weren't discouraged and continued forward towards the many diamond blocks.
Guys, mine the diamonds and get out. Mine the diamonds and get out.
I got diamonds! I got diamonds! Oh no! Oh no!
As they were fighting back the orcs, the army of giants had just arrived at the mountain and were storming towards the dwarves. And guys, before we continue, over 90% of you aren't subscribed.
Whoa, wait a minute! Why are the giants here?
Why do you think the giants here? Because I want to be. Are you low? How low are you, mate?
Too low.
What did you just eat?
The piece of coal.
What?
Panicking at the giant's size and power, the dwarf army retreated back to their gateway, with a very nice amount of treasure.
Okay, Almini, I'm gonna give you diamond armor. I'm gonna make you full diamond right now.
Okay, thank you.
As they were leaving, the elf forces arrived at the mountain and used their attacking spells to begin taking down the giants, who were trying to collect the remaining treasure. But Ice started taking down any of the elves in his way, using his insane amount of gear and combat experience.
Yeah, he's got a good combat experience.
No, no.
Get in the bin. Yeah, get out of here. Except this guy. I want your bow.
Don't make me do this. Yo, run away. Go.
You run away. You run away. You run away.
Realizing the treasure at the center of the mountain was gone, the elf and giant forces both decided to retreat back to their regions, and Eyes was confused about the giants' lack of players.
Where even is everyone? Like, how is there only 12 of us here? We have 30 people.
This was because many of the giants decided not to go to the mountain, and instead, some of them decided to form an assassination plot against Eyes.
So a certain someone, whose name is spelled I-Z-E, is planning to kill you as soon as PvP turns on.
Well, that is problematic.
A secret organization of giants had been forming underground, and Siwat, their leader, was escorted to their meeting place in the deep dark caves.
I say we make him a throne, and we ask him to take his place. On the spot he sits on the throne, we'll have a dripstone trap, but also if we mine the wood out from under it, he'll fall to his death.
So, Siwat built a full trap all the way down to deep slate, disguised as a throne, and finished the build right as Eyes and the rest of the giants arrived back at the trading post. The dwarves had also just returned to their caverns and gathered for another meeting.
Dwarves, I have a gift for you. It's a very intimidating, scary mob.
What?
Okay. Stand back, guys. Stand back.
Oh, hey, don't kill it.
No, don't kill it. Don't actually kill it. It's friendly. It's good. It's good.
This is a goblin trader, and it actually trades really useful items like ender pearls and diamonds, putting the dwarf civilization in a great position after their tactical retreat from the treasure mountain. They now had the most players out of every civilization, but the next world event would allow the other two civilizations to rebuild, even with their losses from the treasure mountain. The kingdom building event. Players now had to work together to build a medieval kingdom, and staff would then vote on the best build, allowing each civilization.
I remember last time the snow biome that got a Ravager and it killed 3 of their people.
To earn a different supply drop tier depending on their rank. So each kingdom got to work and begun building their medieval towns.
Leave a comment down below. How good are you guys at building in Minecraft? Leave a thumbs up if you're excellent at it. 'Cause I am not. No. Not a chance. I'm not good.
While players were building, I decided to visit some of the civilizations and took a trip to the Elf Kingdom, who had just noticed a player bridging in the sky towards their civilization.
How'd you not notice that?
Everyone, who is that over there?
Wait, is he an enemy?
No, he's... Yes. And one player sprinted to the tower and started attacking.
And they're dead.
How did he die? How did he die?
I killed him because he was an enemy.
What do you mean he was an enemy?
I then teleported to the Dwarf Kingdom, who had built a house for their goblin trader that I spawned earlier, and given him the suitably intimidating name, Grog the Destroyer.
So we decided to make him our trainer.
No, it was an accident. I definitely didn't do that.
In the Giant Kingdom, Eyes was frustrated with the lack of building.
I mean, lads, we need to build stuff. Go over there and build stuff.
He then traveled to the farm, finding cows and chickens that belonged to a farmer who was currently inside the barn. After checking the coast was clear, he decided to kill some cows for XP, and the farmer was quickly alerted.
Hey,
Hey,
what are you doing?
Need XP.
This isn't XP, bro. This is to keep us alive.
We have wheat to keep us alive.
Yeah, we're the ones that have been doing all that. Why you been mining?
Yeah, congrats. Have fun getting 2-hit.
Meanwhile, Seawalt had just finished his preparations and gathered his allies at the Trapped Throne. Also, if you guys want a chance to be in my civilization video,
we're gonna kill Eyes, okay? I'm almost positive I can do it.
But while they were still discussing their plan, Eyes was spotted heading straight towards the throne, and the assassination plan was brought into action.
We are willing to make you king.
I don't even care about that. We're dead.
What do you mean we're dead?
Bro, people are over there in leather and they're saying we need to build dirt. I don't care that I'm in leather.
I agree.
They're gonna all get 2-hit.
That's why we need to rally around you.
I mean, there's no point rallying around. They're not listening. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna defect and you can figure it out.
Wait. Eyes. Wait, we're building you a throne. We built you a custom throne and everything.
I don't want a throne. I don't
Come on,
care,
we're gonna have a ceremony. It will unite the people.
It's a lost cause. The people over there dribbling. This is a team of 7 people.
Eyes,
I'm sorry to tell you, it's a lost cause and I'm dipping. Peace.
Wait, Eyes, before you go.
No, don't care.
Alright, boys, this is a massive failure.
Yeah. The mysterious player with no armor then wandered over to Seaward.
Does he have the plague still? How do you do that?
No, but I have.
Bro, this guy just came over here with the plague.
But we need to agree.
They brought it
Who
back.
got the plague?
Look at this. This guy. He just gave us all the plague.
And the infected player sprinted up the mountain, never to be seen again.
Do you think it was his plan that if there was a plague, to just get it, log off, or leave, or somehow keep it with them, and then come back like when like something big's happening just to screw them all over.
Meanwhile, Eyes had just returned to the farm to talk about his plans to defect, and the farmer whose cows were killed by Eyes earlier decided to get some revenge. How's this guy got the plague?
Well, step away from me if you have the plague, man. What?
You already got it?
No. Oh, I am? What?
Exactly.
Why do I have it?
The plague had returned to the giant civilization.
Why?
As the anomalous player who spoke to Seawart logged out for an hour while infected and brought the plague back to the entire nation.
You gotta be kidding.
Apparently somebody left the game when they had the plague. Logged back in
Oh
and
my
spread it
god, dude.
Due to the farmer's hard work, however, they managed to cure themselves using milk from the cows and gathered at the trading post to finally begin building their houses. At least until the next world event begun, the winter event. This means every player will begin freezing and will need to find a heat source extremely quickly to avoid death. Luckily, the dwarves had already built a campfire in the center of their town, so they quickly gathered around and begun singing campfire songs while they were being attacked by orcs.
We're gathering around the campfire. Oh my god. Hey, once you get out of the fireplace area, you're chilling. SOMG song. And if you think big goblin! Big goblin! Big goblin! You can just sing along. Big goblin! Kill a big goblin! He's dead. Kill him!
The giants, however, weren't so organized, and their town's campfire was immediately broken.
We don't have the campfire anymore,
man. Who broke it? Like, what are you doing, man?
In the Elf Kingdom, Starkiller was first in line for the throne. After selflessly sharing food with his people,
Starkiller, can I have a couple carrots?
Yeah, here you go.
and helping the elves survive through the winter.
Nice.
Everyone, get near fire! Get near fire!
This is where the upcoming king election event made things very interesting.
This is always
During this event, one player from each race would be elected as king, giving them double health, an elytra built into their chest plates, protection 5 crown, and a powerful royal mount.
Okay, that's new. There wasn't a mount last time. It wasn't.
So picking a king was definitely an important decision. It came to the elves' attention that someone had built a gravestone with Starkiller's name on it.
Oh.
They had like a little like, you know, like a
That's
grave,
not-
you know,
that's-
like, you see that
that
grave
doesn't
there?
seem
They had
good.
that, but it had your name on it. So just
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds about right.
Star member then stumbled across a mysterious second town of elves in a different part of their region.
Hey, did you make that sign for Starkiller? That grave?
Oh yeah, we did.
Many of the elves weren't satisfied with Starkiller's peaceful leadership style and wanted to use their immense combat power from magical spells to expand the Elf Kingdom's rule. Over the past few days, Ice had been messaging Saitama, informing him he wanted to defect to the Elf civilization, and Saitama saw this as a perfect opportunity to start a revolution in the Elf Kingdom and overthrow Starkiller.
We're gonna invite Ice in at the end of building, we're gonna kill Starkiller, and then we're gonna try take control of our nation, and we're gonna like threaten people, and if they don't come with us, they die. But and Ice is gonna be our muscle.
Ice knew the winter was a perfect opportunity to defect, but before leaving, he wanted to deal a lethal blow to the giant civilization, and was carefully watching Seawart for the perfect time to strike.
Oh, he's gonna attack Seawart!
I'm being assassinated! Why are you killing me?
Adios!
Ice immediately left the giant kingdom and begun traveling to the elf region.
Yo, Isaac, what happened? Why'd you kill Seawart?
You tried to kill me twice.
The giant civilization is just in shambles.
I'm over it, man. They can figure it out, man. When I was there, they didn't want to listen.
And after a long journey through the harsh winter, he met up with Saitama in an elven forest next to their town, and they came up with a plan.
All right, we gotta kill Starkiller because I think he's gonna take control.
Bro, he's not gonna take kindly to me showing up.
He's gonna get so mad. He's gonna scream.
I mean, they were Starkiller and Ice were big enemies in the last civilization video, so I assume there's still hard feelings there.
Oh, bro, it's gonna be bad.
Ice and Saitama descended into the elf town, forever changing the future of the elf kingdom. No, are they actually gonna do it?
How was it gonna sneak up on them?
Saitama's killing me! Saitama's killing me!
And now he's dead.
You like, hold on.
Wait,
Guys, chill. We needed to get rid of Starkiller because he doesn't have the wills to kill people, okay?
We need everyone looking in every direction just in case it's a trap.
No, it's not a trap, bro. If it was a trap, I would have just run in here and killed y'all.
Listen, this is the best.
If it was a trap, most of you would be dead by now.
Best for us, okay? Now that Starkiller's gone, we need a military commandant.
This is our only chance, guys.
Their plan was successful. Ice was accepted into the elf civilization, and a new age of the elves was about to begin, right as the very eventful kingdom building event came to an end. So, it was now time for staff to vote on each civilization's kingdom and decide which race would get the most powerful supply drop. And we begun in the Dwarf Kingdom, featuring small winter houses with one block tall doors, and an orc that they befriended and named Froblenstein.
look at it. Look at him. He's so beautiful, isn't he?
There's also a tower home to Grog the Goblin Trader.
We traveled like hundreds of blocks to bring this little guy here. We went through a raid. It was awful, and he's still standing. Except for that one time you killed him, but he's still standing.
Amazing. Dwarves also had some useful defenses in case of an invasion, and their kingdom earned 19 points in the competition. Next is the Elf Kingdom, who had built a beautiful forest town, despite their political tension, featuring houses made from enchanted and cherry wood, as well as a watchtower. There's also a town center with shopkeepers along the nearby paths. Oh my, what is this? Hello, are you selling anything?
I haven't had time to transport my furniture.
And a church, where the elves formed an interesting religion.
This is the Church of the Bleeding Leaves.
The what?
This is where we worship our God, our Savior, the crab! Praise
on the first day, the crab was born, and on the second day, it shed its shell.
Oh my God.
Whoa!
It's an actual crab.
The Elf Kingdom earned 21 points, putting them above the Dwarves. And lastly, the Giant Kingdom, consisting of beautiful farms, castles, and houses, I think.
So over here, we got our farm. Not sure what happened.
It's burning. Oh my.
Slash and burn technique of farming, okay? Alright, so over here, we got a castle. Peep this. We got a silver praising statue made of moss.
No way, that
Never
looks
seen
just like me.
No,
They
it's
also had a
not.
grave for that fallen leader.
Yeah, we got a cross.
This is a grave for, see what?
God help us all. We got the traders on deck, you know, they're always here supporting us. We got the big totem.
So, the results were announced, with the elves in first place, followed by the dwarves,
Yeah, that
and
seems
lastly, the giants. Each civilization then received their supply drops. Give an insane reaction, okay?
I'm so excited!
No, they're not here yet!
Oh my god, I can't wait, guys! I can't wait!
What is it? Containing increasing amounts of materials, catapults, and ballistas depending on their position, and the elves' military power now hugely exceeded the other kingdoms, with their brand new huge supply of diamonds and even some netherite. Eyes also had the exact coordinates of the currently unsuspecting Giant Kingdom, the only
This is what happens when you get the defect.
remaining step before launching their invasion was to elect a king, and the election event shortly begun. In the Dwarf Kingdom, players gathered around their speech podium to begin a democratic election.
I'm gonna say I am not the greatest, but I play a lot of strategy games. Age of Empires, mainly.
This guy's playing the wrong game! What's he even saying?
I'd like to tell you a joke.
No.
Alright, so what is...
I'm a big star player, I'm a big time gamer. I know what I'm doing with Minecraft, I know how to kill. I've been around this rodeo a couple times.
Yeah, Tungledor! Woo! I gave so many of you guys your armor that's on your back right now.
And after many speeches, the vote came down to two players, Almighty and Squid Kid. And Almighty was the victor. You're the first queen in Minecraft civilization history.
I'm about to do something real cool.
Oh!
Yeah!
Gaining the dwarves' royal wolf mount, which is the fastest of all three mounts. The giants, however, were slightly less democratic.
The ones with diamonds stay on, the ones with iron come off.
What about the one with ideas?
Surprisingly, a player with iron armor won over the giants with strong leadership and his ideas for the future. But a very stacked player in diamond armor greatly opposed this choice and decided to take action.
This is the immediate assassination.
Luckily,
This is
another strong
great.
leader named Thinker stepped up, and a second election.
Third election.
After two assassinations, a player named X Budgie was elected as king.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yo! You have to tame it, you have to tame it! Gaining the Giants' Royal Dragon Mount, making them the only civilization with access to flight. In the Elf Kingdom, Aizen Saitama had a cunning plan. During their assassination on Starkiller, Invictable pretended not to be involved, as Saitama and Aiz planned on making him the seemingly peaceful king of the elves, who was actually a puppet for their own ideals.
That worked so well, like we're actually just chilling. I think we win.
I like how nobody cared. Like everyone was defending Starkiller.
Invictable was given full netherite armor, and the elves gathered around their campfire to choose a king.
Well, Invictable is already leader, so is there really a point?
Yeah, I think we pick Invictable. Is everyone alright with that?
Alright, fastest king election you've ever seen.
With no players daring to oppose, Invictable was elected as the Elf King.
He's the
and was
king.
given the Elven Royal Mount, a mystical creature
What is that?
called a Nudibranch that could
Nudibranch.
travel on land and water. The
Oh,
Elf King
that's-
also gained an extremely powerful Solar Strike spell,
Solar
casting
Strike.
a beam of light at its targets,
Nice.
causing a huge explosion, which was a lot more powerful than the existing heal and magic missile spells
Magic
that the
missile.
other elves had learned.
And here's the Royal Mount.
Ooh. That looks more like a tiger.
This is a rare elven creature.
Is that a furry?
After taking a screenshot with their new pets, the elves launched their invasion.
Okay, everybody, we're gonna go. Get off my mount or you're getting stabbed.
5.
Get off the mount.
Okay.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Man down. All right, onwards.
And their 24 players set out on a long journey towards the Giant Kingdom, who currently had the exact same population as the elves, meaning this war could go either way. The elf army successfully navigated through forests and around their Great Lakes.
The dog has Jesus hat.
Whoa!
And eventually crossed into the Giant region, arriving at a mountain very close to the enemy kingdom.
Oh, it's literally right. It's through those trees. The giants are right there through those trees.
After regrouping, the elves charged towards the king's walls, and their ambush on the giants begun.
They're here, they're right here, they're right here, they're right here. Use your spells first and then I'll use your bows.
They got a dragon!
Yo, there's people! There's
Noticing name tags outside their walls, the giants tried spreading word of invasion, but half of the giant players were still underground, collecting diamonds for their people, as the elves broke down their wall and charged into their kingdom with complete confidence in their army.
Yo, over here, over here.
In a panic, the heavily outnumbered giants fled their kingdom, but one player wasn't fast enough, and the elves got their first blood.
No!
The giants fearfully scattered throughout the plains, with many retreating to the mines. The ones who didn't were at the elves' mercy.
Take him down!
Charge!
Okay, I got one!
That's
Got another?
3, 4.
Eyes, Saitama, and Invictable had their sights on the Giant King and chased him into a forest, shredding through his 30 hearts with overwhelming power.
Yeah, it's over.
The elves had now captured the Giant King's dragon and had taken down 6 players without a single loss. But over in the Dwarf Kingdom, they noticed the giants were losing players to the elves, and while many dwarves decided to use this as an opportunity to advance their military, a group of very well-equipped dwarves decided to start an adventure all the way to the Giant Kingdom, attempting to intercept the war.
Alright, we got this.
Why would you do that?
I haven't seen grass in 3 hours.
Yo!
After exploring some redwood forests, they found a stray group of elf warriors.
Oh, okay, there's like 5 of them. I'm gonna pearl in.
And without hesitation, started attacking them and took down 2 elves.
Nice!
Got one?
One of the dwarves then chased an elf who was trying to find backup for an entire 5 minutes.
My people! Yo, help! They all just started running. You're on your own, kid.
Yeah, there it is.
Got
the giants are at 7. The dwarves are winning at this point.
And I'm out of here. There we go.
The dwarves' quest succeeded, and when they returned, the dwarves were still giving speeches for some reason.
I don't think we should mine anymore because the next phase could happen at any moment.
Why are you just
And
looking
he
at
was
speeches?
correct. The next world event then begun. Castle defense. During this event, players would now have to defend their kingdom from new extremely powerful orcs. But the only players still in their kingdom were the dwarves. A huge army of orcs were marching towards them.
There's going to be a raid! There's going to be a raid!
I'm scared!
If you're not here, stay back!
I'm launching the fleet!
Using catapults, they managed to lower the orc numbers.
Guys, I'm taking on the big guy! I got him! Get him!
But some explosive goblins created a breach in the wall, and an orc war boss broke into their kingdom. Oh no! Oh no, that poor guy. But eventually, the dwarves defeated the orcs and continued advancing their military with a great population of 30 players, giving them hope against the bloodthirsty elves, who hugely outgeared them. Back in the Giant region, Isaac spotted a name tag underground.
Oh, one of them's hiding in there. There's one of them in there.
The elf forces came across a secret tunnel under a barn. This led to an underground cave system where over half of the giant forces were hiding. The elves started investigating the tunnel, just missing a giant who hid in the side of a wall. But at the bottom of the staircase, they found a strip mine leading directly to the giants.
How did they miss the ones who...
The entire elf army were now crouching below the unaware giants.
It's
and
an
were slowly
ambush.
mining towards them. Soup then broke into the cave, and this time, the giants didn't hesitate to fight back, chasing Soup through a cave. But after realizing the entire elf army were behind him, they started retreating. The elves followed closely behind, using spells and archery to take them down one by one.
That's a bit tough. That's kind of tough. That's tough.
After eliminating every last giant, the elves shared out their armor, advancing their military even further. The elves then returned to the surface and came across some giants who were hiding in a mountain, and they had stolen back their dragon while the elves were underground.
Oh, I see them. They're right there.
We're taking the dragon back.
I got him.
Oh, so sorry. This dragon. Yeah, maybe don't go with a dragon inside a castle. That's probably not a good idea.
The royal elf mounts then had to be respawned, and for some reason, it was now purple.
Does that look like Barney?
It's like we went to the GTA paint shop.
The elf army then regrouped and reflected on their war with the giants.
Yeah,
The players who opposed
successful.
Eyes and fueled his rage had now been eliminated. The elves realized that the dwarves outnumbered them and the giants combined.
Yeah, we would much rather team with the giants than kill them, because the dwarves are OP.
There's also 30 of them. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, I know. There's 30.
At the edge of this world, the remaining 10 giants set up a fortress at the top of a mountain, and the Elf King sent a message offering to have talks about a peace treaty. The giants agreed, and these players actually got on well with Eyes in the early stages of their civilization.
Wait, should I go like ahead and make a peace offering, and then the team rolls up behind? Would that be awesome? Me and my boy Gunji.
So Invictable set out on his dragon to meet them, and flew all the way to the edge of the Elf Kingdom, arriving at the fortress.
I come. Oh, I just hit the wall. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, I come bringing peace. We would like to team up with all of you to take down the dwarves, because
that's exactly what
we would like to accept that. We would like to accept
that. Would be smart.
I'm so glad we could reach this agreement.
The Elf-Giant Alliance was formed, and their army was now extremely powerful, making the next world event very interesting, which was just about to begin. The Netherite Mountain event. A loot chest had now spawned at the center of Treasure Mountain, containing insane amounts of netherite. The army in control of this loot would be almost unstoppable.
Oh my god, start running, start running.
Knowing this, the dwarves charged towards the mountain, while the elves and giants had a very long way to travel, currently positioned at the edge of the map. But surprisingly, both armies arrived at the gates at the exact same time, as the dwarves' size made them slightly slower on foot.
You know what I love doing? I like bringing dragons in the mountain. Oh, okay, go in. We're going.
The two armies ran through the gates, meeting at the center of the mountain.
What? They have a dragon!
There's a dragon. Okay, there's a dragon.
Invictable soared forward towards the netherite chest, and landed on the platform, finding an insane amount of loot for his army.
Okay, we're rich, we're so rich.
But before they had a chance to share out the netherite, the dwarves took that opportunity to attack, some bravely taking down giants and elves.
I got him!
Yeah! Other dwarves completely overwhelmed by the difference in gear.
Yeah!
The hitbox should be smaller. It should make it
Dwarves'
harder.
enchanted pickaxes allowed them to escape hastily when in danger, and using their tunneling strategies, lowered their enemies' numbers from 25 all the way to 14.
What?
But the remaining giants and elves were by far the most powerful players in the game, and managed to eliminate 8 dwarves. Although the giants and elves only had 13 players, with the dwarves at 21, the dwarf leaders knew that the only remaining giants and elves were notorious warriors, many of which survived to the final battle in my last civilization video, and were now wearing full netherite armor. The only hope for defeating them was to retreat and build defenses for a final battle, and the dwarf queen had a great idea of building a huge TNT trap at the entrance of their mines.
Put a lot, as much as you can. We're going to wait till to the right moment to press the button.
Meanwhile, Squid and the other dwarves set up catapults and ballistas along their walls, and created even more escape tunnels. Back at the Treasure Mountain, Invictable had shared out the netherite, and had complete confidence in the power of his army.
I've realized I think I'm kind of immortal when I'm on the dragon, by the way, because the dwarves can't get this high to hit me.
That's kind of funny though. Ready for battle, they set out towards the dwarf region for the first time.
Yo guys, they do kill the dwarves.
Yes, the dwarves!
My ears! They then traveled through the cold mountain range, eventually approaching the walls of the dwarf kingdom, and begun their siege.
Let's go.
The giants and elves were faced with a barrage of catapult boulders, meaning this battlefield would be extremely tough to cross. But Invictable led the attack on his dragon, and smited a dwarf on top of the wall, instantly eliminating him. Invictable then recharged his mana, and took down another dwarf with perfect accuracy.
Oh my, so many of them.
The other giants and elves then skillfully fired catapults directly at the dwarf walls.
I got hit off! Oh my gosh!
With the battle's momentum heavily shifting in their favor, the elves and giants stormed into the kingdom. The dwarves had no choice but to retreat into the caverns and activate their TNT trap.
Of course you guys have a weird underground place! Of course!
Pineapples!
Oh my god!
Why do you always have to have some weird underground stuff?
But many of the dwarves were intercepted before they could get to the caverns.
Yo, see this guy? Watch him explode, watch.
No!
Get this guy! Get this
giant! The dwarves!
Oh my gosh! I'm digging!
The remaining dwarves started digging escape tunnels, with the elves and giants following closely behind.
No, they're crawling!
Get him! Get the king!
But the elves and giants' power was unstoppable, and the dwarves realized that one-on-one combat wouldn't work.
Quit low.
Get out of here, Colin! Go! Later! See ya later!
One by one, the dwarves fell, losing 10 players with the elves and giants now outnumbering them, despite the dwarves' location advantage. However, the dwarves had lured the giants and elves extremely deep into their mountain, and this was the perfect opportunity to turn the tables. So they worked up some courage and took down their first giant.
Get him! You guys don't get him!
We got him! Back up, Colin! Back up!
Hey man, where you going? No blocking. No blocking off. You're not fast enough for that. Are you little? Get him. Don't let him get away. I'm sick of this. Oh! Come back!
Get away from me!
The dwarves bravely took down 2 more giants, angering Eyes with their new battle tactics.
Okay, I'm gonna freak out. Whatever, you guys do it. Kill him now! Did he go through a hole again? Come here, you little rat. Get out of there. Get out of the hole. Get TNT now!
With just 7 of them remaining, the dwarves knew that they needed a new plan to beat the giants. They decided to flee to their mountain fortress structure, to use the high ground and tunnels that they created earlier to outmaneuver the giants even further.
Run! They're coming!
The giants and elves charged after them, catching up to 2 dwarves who had fallen behind.
I'm sorry, sir. Not ready. Oh, this is a dwarf right here. Oh, there we go. That's another kill.
The final 5 dwarves climbed to the top of the fortress and prepared a plan to try splitting up their enemies
you guys can do this.
and take them down one by one.
Where did they go, man? I don't even know where they are.
These remaining 5 dwarves were by far the most powerful, and they just about had enough gear to stand a chance. A lone elf then entered their structure, and the dwarves' final plan begun.
Kill him!
Let's go!
Let's on him! Let's go!
The dwarves then found the giant separated from his army and sprinted after him.
He's too big! He's weak! He's weak! Let's go!
Attack one at a time.
Hey, don't do that! Don't attack one at a time! Oh!
The dwarves then lured another separated giant into the mountain.
Coming for your toes, boy!
We got
him! We got him!
Courageously, the dwarf queen distracted 6 enemies by herself.
Don't let her get away! Kill her now! Kill her now! Oh, kill the small one.
Meanwhile, Squid Kid singled out another 2 giants. The queen's distraction gave them the perfect opportunity.
The dwarves actually going in. You're dead! Come here! You're dead! You're dead! He's dead! He's dead! Kill him!
And they successfully eliminated the last of the giants. The dwarves had finally turned the tables of this battle, with 5 players remaining and only 3 elves in their way. But to win, they'd now have to face 3 of the most skilled warriors in the elf army, Eyes, Invictable, and Soup, all 3 in netherite armor, while the dwarves were still in diamond. The dwarf queen was still distracting Eyes and Soup, and was trapped, selflessly fighting 3 giants by herself, meeting an unfortunate end.
No! Let's go!
The other dwarves tried avenging her, and Eyes was furious, deciding to leave the fight.
Whatever, okay? Just go sit over here, whatever! Beat them at their own game, I'm just standing over here in the middle, whatever.
The dwarves chased after them, and singled out Soup, who tunneled underground.
What? Soup's behind us! Get him! Get Soup!
Get him!
He's thinking! I got him!
Soup escaped back to surface, and a lone dwarf who followed was teamed up on by the 3 elves.
His helmet's gone!
But Squid Kid and the other dwarves came to the rescue, and Soup and Invictable fled the fight. Now was their chance to take down Eyes.
I got him! I got him!
With the most powerful of the elves eliminated, Soup and Invictable sprinted to the top of the mountain and built a sky base to use the elf race's archery and spells to gain the upper hand. Soup, what is this?
It's where I'm gonna make my last stand.
Squid bravely towered up to the sky base and managed to hit a bow shot, knocking Soup all the way down to the bottom of the mountain.
No way!
Soup then attempted to hide.
He's in the walls!
But 3 dwarves found him. He was heavily outnumbered.
Nah, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Nah, GG's.
We got him! We got him!
The only remaining elf was their king, who flew down from his sky base, trying to catch them off guard. But the dwarves chased him down and begun the fight that all of the fallen dwarves gave their life for.
He's low!
Jobs, you've got that!
I'm actually at full health still, so unfortunately, I think I'll be pulling this back. I lied. We got him!
Yes, we're going!
Let's go!
That is where the story comes to an end. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe for
Long live the dwarves! That was so good. This was so much better than the last one because it has so much more drama. There was such a close game the entire game. It was so good, and I can't wait to react to the next one. But But next week we are reacting to Dragon SMP stuff, which I think people have been waiting for. So that's what we're gonna do next week. And Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment down below of what kinds of things you want to see from me next, and I will see you next time. Bye.